Yo, Lethal, you know you almost broke the internet during Game 7 of the Bucks and Celtics when you tweeted, "I get 3 months with Giannis and it would be very, very scary." Well, number one, what's wrong? And number two, how would you fix it?
The good thing about them type of takes, I couldn't tell y'all because I mean you could take my job. So just know, just know I know exactly how to fix Giannis' jump shot and the different guys that I watch over time. And it's not far off. I think when people watch Giannis' jump shot, they see it's far off. It's just the smallest things that make the shot not consistent. And I think I know 100% how to fix that jump shot because I've dealt with players before that have body types like Giannis that are just so strong that you have to teach them how to have a certain type of softness to their shot so they can have a little bit more consistency. And I think I'm the man for the job. You know what I mean? So
if you help him, tell him to tell the Bucks social team to unblock him.
I got you.
I'm crying. But from a more broad standpoint, Lethal, you know, take me to the whiteboard. What does the process look like for you in terms of identifying where someone's shooting errors are and fixing them? Like, where do you start with somebody? And maybe it's not Giannis. Maybe it's me. What if I walk in there into the gym?
I'll watch you and I'll see what you do wrong.
He doesn't have that much time.
Hey, listen, I ain't disagreeing.
I'll watch you, see what you do wrong, but from a professional standpoint, I watch film and then I see the person live, and then I tell them exactly what they do wrong. And then I'll ask the person what are their favorite shots because I already know their favorite shots. And then if they don't know, I tell them all their favorite shots, and I ask them what's their lowest percentage shot on the court. And if they don't know, I tell them, and I ask them what's their highest. Because if you watch and listen to people like Kobe, they knew where their sweet spots were. They knew where their low percentage shot. And I feel like people like Giannis, he's so great. He's so awesome. He's so unique. But sometimes he takes shots in areas that I just know as soon as he shoots it, I know it's a miss. Because he's taking what the defense is given to him. And I think he needs to be taught how to get to certain, like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant going to go to the spot he like. He going to go to the spots. He's not going to take some off the wall shots. And I feel like Giannis was baited so much against the. They did a good job of baiting him to take certain shots that we were looking like, why the hell would he take that three, or why would he do certain things? And that's where you know, people like me and different trainers who have the same type of certifications come to a hand. And the Bucks have the type of certification as well. You know, they probably just going to work with him this summer to fix those things. I'm not the only person that can fix it, but you know, I was surprised that they got like 4,000 retweets and people were like DMing me and emailing. I got like 600 emails.
Do players like, I mean, men slide in my DMs, but it's not to ask me for help on things. That's a different show.
Yeah.
Do players like slide in your DMs to like be like, yo, can you help me work on my shot or whatever? Or is it?
Yeah. So players that DM me, or organization will hit me, or a manager or an agency will hit me. But 9.9 out of 10, it's the agency hitting me up to train the guy. But this summer I kind of scaled down. I'm not going to train as many people this summer because I'm going to be very delicate, because certain people that I trained in the past, they didn't put in enough hours and time that I felt that was needed. Like how Bobby and Grant and different people put in the right amount of time that's shown. And I feel like, you know, if you're not serious about it, I'm not going to train you for 2 days and you could try to say that Lethal trained with you. So I really scaled down this summer who are training. So, you know, definitely.
That means you're out, Kristian. Sorry. Better luck next year.
Nah, I got what's it called? Well, don't I got a spot?
I'll train you guys for free. You guys are family.
See? Yeah. Ash trying to discredit me. I'm trying to get that 10-day. I need that corner God. 3. You feel me? You know the vibes.
Let me see this man at Rucker this summer. I'm going to laugh.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, listen. I'll pull up. Stop playing. I gotta play on that new court. The last thing that I saw on my timeline, and I think we all saw it, is one high ass Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant on David Letterman's new show, My Guest Needs No Introduction, came on, and he's been an advocate of weed. I mean, for I wouldn't say as long as I can remember, but from the day it appears that he signed with the Nets, he had that partnership with Weed Maps. He had that in his 35 Ventures invested in different cannabis stocks and things like that, and now he's taking it to the next level on David Letterman's show, talking about, hey, yeah, weed slows me down, it calms me down after a stressful day, things like that. I mean, we saw it kind of happen in the bubble, I believe, where like guys were they were so detached from their families because they couldn't even have people in there playing in front of no crowds. Like I think we knew from then that, you know, we'd see more weed use, but like I feel like the negative stigma of players smoking weed is starting to go away a little bit. What do you guys think? I mean,
I have to agree with you, but I think, you know, with these campaigns, people need to explain to kids it's not cool to do it at a young age. And I think with your favorite athlete saying stuff like that, and you're like in the 5th or 6th grade or something, and you're like, oh shit, it must be cool to smoke weed. No, like say what you're saying, but always emphasize that, like, hey, when you're an
adult.
Exactly. And I think once they, you know, start talking that free speech, how NBA guys are doing it, because they're not wrong. We don't care what you do, long as you ain't out here doing, you know, y'all know the stuff I want to say, but like long as you're just keeping it cordial like that, cool. But make sure the way you're saying it is when that kid is watching it, they understand that you're older. You know what I mean?
I also, you know, I'm someone who is very pro marijuana. I've had conversations with my, you know, family members, my mom specifically, because she's like anti-drugs, and I've had to tell her, like, I am someone who suffers from insomnia, and that's because my mind's constantly racing, and it's very difficult for me to fall asleep. And I started smoking and doing edibles and things like that as a way to just calm my body down so that I can sleep at night, so I can get a nice sound sleep. And then, you know, as someone who works out consistently, it helps also with muscle recovery. It helps, you know, with things like that. So there's benefits to it. And I think that it's more than just, oh, it's the gateway drug, now you're going to be a heroin addict. No, like there's so many beneficial things, and you know, it's better than popping like Advil PM or some of the other drugs that are out there to help you fall asleep or help you recover. It's more of a natural way of doing it. So I would just say, for people who, you know, are on the fence or don't understand why all of a sudden, you know we're trying to reform the criminal aspect of it, read about it, research it. You know, I think people think marijuana and everyone thinks Cheech and Chong and everyone's just walking around in like a hot box. No, there are people who do it, you know, at the end of the night, much like a glass of wine, to help them calm down so that the next day they can be functional. There are people who have, you know, an issue with their appetite, and they do it so that they can eat and get nutrition. There are people who, you know, have nerve damage, and it helps them so maybe they're not having twitches throughout the day. I mean, there's so many different ways that it can be used, and I think that's why you see people like Al Harrington and Allen Iverson, you know, they launched their cannabis you know, company, and even people like Russell Wilson and people are invested in certain cannabis companies. And like, honestly, if we're going to reform marijuana, which we are in the process of doing it, please free the people from jail. Like, who are in jail for marijuana crimes. It's ridiculous that you have, you know, 17, 18-year-old kids locked up because they had a dime in their pocket. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, it's different when the big dogs get in to make money. You know, just, you know, you guys know how it is. The big dogs just sit back to see how the drug is being used and how they're making money off of it. Then they come in and make a certain type of way. And then now, once they do that, now certain type of people are in jail. It's just been like that since the beginning of time, you know?